Hello, class. I would like to introduce you to the magic of miracles in your life. This is based on a book by Max Freedom Long, The Secret Science Behind Miracles. This is called Unveiling the Huna Tradition of the Ancient Polynesians. Now, originally, this book was originally published in 1948, but it has been continually been published since this time. This is the course of the study of the Huna tradition of the Polynesian people. The main text is basically about one man's primary experience with the Polynesians living on Hawaiian Islands in the 20th century. Though this original writing was just over a century ago, the text is still being republished and updated as currently is 2016. Further study advances for decades, and even though at one time this was outlawed, these traditions have lived on and still have impact on the people who live on the islands today. This book presents proof that the power of Huna covers vital force, or pranic energy, found in the human body and demonstrates how to use it. It also covers our three separate selves, the higher self, the middle self, and the lower self, and how to align them to bring us into balance and to create a more powerful life. What this course of study hopes to impart is a deeper understanding of why these traditions still are so relevant today in this culture and around the world, how the Huna tradition relates to both psychology and religion, and how anyone can use the ideals outlined in this tradition to affect their goals and desires within their own lifestyles and communities. So the people who would be most interested in this course are anyone who wishes to enhance their learning skills overall, to achieve their goals, anyone who wishes to have a deeper understanding of the Polynesian culture, or any student who wishes to broaden their knowledge base of alternative belief and faith systems. What the learning outcomes include are describing the link between the Huna tradition and psychology, especially as it relates to one's own perception of states of consciousness of the mind. You need to identify the Huna tradition and compare and contrast religious concepts of God compared to man. Name and detail the Kahuna method as it assists in achieving goals and altering outcomes in your own life. Describe and differentiate the secret and the secret within the secret. Name and analyze practical uses of the magic of miracles in working alone, group work, and the effects of Huna tradition on community, society, and explaining the importance of this relationship to application in everyday lifestyles, and be able to detail and analyze the Huna idea of how thought forms are created and to what effect. So what we're hoping to accomplish here is that as you get a greater understanding of what this book is, that you will be able to then therefore apply what's been written in the book into practice. The reason why I've chosen this as a course is because years ago, when I began studying alternative faiths and belief systems, a very good friend of mine recommended this book to me, and she was a very knowledgeable person and said, Gwen, if you can read this book, we'll talk some more, but that's your first sort of step, is get through this book. What I'm hoping to impart ultimately in this course, since it's only a 6-week course, is to only be an introduction. Mr. Long has written several other books, at least 2 others specifically about Huna tradition, but also in applying the magic of miracles in your life as a science, not as a religion, but as a science. Because if you go through the scientific method in applying it to your own life and experiencing these energies and how to apply them, you can create change and a larger understanding of how faith, belief, and belief systems become scientific work. I was once told that things that are considered supernatural or faith or belief based are only considered that because science hasn't found a scientific method for it yet. So In this, I would like you all to have an open mind. I'm not trying to change your mind or change your belief or faith systems, but to allow you to have a broader understanding of how you can use these methods in applying it to achieve your goals in life. I really hope you enjoy this course, and I hope this summarizes what you would like to see. And maybe if you become interested, let me know, and then maybe we can do some more courses together. I think the things that I learned the most in applying this course were um, a lot of actual instruction type methods, which includes um, how to input stuff into an e-learning system. Using the Blackboard system, at first I was very confused and actually kind of frantic. But in practicing just putting things into the system, I found it became easier over time just because of practice. Much like practicing the Kahuna tradition, the more you use it, the better or more mastery you have of it. I also learned that in reaching out to other students, uh, we do better work together than anyone does alone. And I think that's a blessing and also a curse of e-learning, is that when you get into e-learning, someone can really feel isolated. So I think that's something that I would really, really, really want to get any of my e-learners to understand. It's in your benefit to reach out. It's in your benefit to identify with your fellow learners and how their experiences can also apply in your own life. Lastly, I think that um, just going through the cycle of understanding what it takes to make a course and write it down and identify objectives, identify the learners, and make a plan seems to be really what I have learned the most. So if those were my three things, that what I would say what my three things are. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful and blessed day.